Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here with
The Walkthrough King.
it is Tuesday, March 11th, 2014. We just unboxed Scratch. There she is. Couldn't figure out where she went to. Very cool Skylander. My nephew, very excited about her. The one of this batch that he was the second most excited for is Fryno. We found all these characters at Walmart last night. Somehow, some way, it was an epic hunt. That's one of the only times I wish I would have recorded something in a store. I'm not a huge fan of that, but in this case it would have been really cool. It would have looked like we staged it, and the sad thing is we didn't. Someone else did, and we just happened to uncover their secrets to conquer all of Skylands with hidden characters. That said, picked it up at Walmart. $9.96 is the price. This is what the packaging is going to look like. Very cool character. Fryno has been featured in a lot of like the Be Real stuff. He's got a bunch of, shortcuts, things of that nature. They've already been out, so they've been pushing him for quite a while, and this, of course, is his first release. Fryno will have the special Easter egg packaging if you're a parent and you're planning on giving it as a gift for Easter. Not quite sure. I think Best Buy had the release date of like April 6th on those. Only ones that applied to, interestingly enough, were Fryno, Punk Shock, who we don't see yet in the standard packaging, and then Springtime Trigger Happy, who's like your pastel Easter egg madman. Other element there that's kind of strange, Scratch is out, but she's not in Easter packaging. I guess they thought, which is kind of weird now since you see like the pastelish purple on her. But nonetheless, if you are looking for Fryno, it's going to be a gift. My advice, if you see him, buy him, because it may be hard to find. That said, with the Easter promotional stuff, I am thinking they should be stocked pretty well, so if you get bummed out you can't find Fryno just yet, kind of wait and then maybe you can pick him up in the Easter packaging. Which version would you prefer?
What?
Easter egg packaging or standard?
Well, I haven't seen Easter egg packaging.
You mean you haven't been to my blog?
Wait, do you mean like the Trigger Happy?
Yeah, I mean it's just like, it's literally the blister pack, like the cardboard.
Oh, I would prefer the other one.
Okay, standard?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like...
Oh, the Easter egg?
Yes.
Yeah, so most kids, of course, going to prefer that. Collectors, obviously, you got to get both. If you just literally care only...
Are you going to unbox both?
I don't know. We'll figure something out when it happens. But main thing right here, if you just want Fryno, he is available like this right now. Going to be hard to find for a little while. Hopefully other retailers get him in. Slogan here is Crash and Burn. Very fitting slogan for this character. If you haven't figured it out by the name Fryno, he's basically like a fire charged rhinoceros. Coming around to the back side, there's his inset box art. We've got features for Lava Barf Eruptor, Firebone Hot Dog, who interestingly enough released alongside this guy, Fryno, and of course his Fire Element Newlander companion Smolder Dash. That is her standard pose, not light core. Now, since Fryno's a Newlander, what game does he work with?
Well,
I'm sorry, what games does he work with?
He works with Swap Force and all the games after Swap Force.
Correct. Basically not Giants and SSA. Let's see here. You want to read a story or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Okay. Oh, this one cut awesome. I was stoked. I didn't care about the little details. Scratch didn't have tape on her nameplate, and this thing literally, it's almost like I didn't even have to scratch it. It's like the glue didn't work. And then of course it would tear there.
You said scratch. Get it?
Oh, well, yeah. I see what I did there. Check this out though. Best case scenario for those of you that do pull them out for pictures or whatever you want to do and then put them back in without the tape there. You can see that little name placard stayed. You don't have to cut the tape, so awesome in that effect. While I weasel this guy out, Fryno was once a member of the notorious Blazing Biker Brigade and spent most of his youth riding around Skylands with the rest of his crew. But what Fryno did not realize was that while he enjoyed the life and freedom and adventure, his crew was responsible for acts of burglary throughout all of Skylands. When Fryno discovered that he had been riding around with a bunch of villains, he burned with rage and demanded that they make amends for the wrong they had done. This resulted in what kind of fight do you think it's going to be? It was used in Scratch's story too.
Intense, but without that clue, I would have guessed girly. Epic.
Correct, epic. That's a key word here recently. The epic fight Fryno won, and it resulted in the disbanding of the Blazing Biker Brigade. That's kind of a Blazing Biker Brigade. That's a tough one.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, Fryno was in the midst of returning the valuables his crew had stolen. Then he met Master Eon. Eon was, of course, impressed with what he saw from Fryno, returning stolen goods, and he invited him to join a new crew.
Yay.
Now, Walkthrough King, do you have any ideas what kind of a gang Eon might have invited Fryno to join?
Skylanders?
Ding, ding, ding.
That was totally a wild guess.
Yeah, here is his sticker sheet. You're going to get obviously the figure, which you can see there, the sticker sheet, the stat card. You get the artwork, and then of course name, QR code down below that is a web code. Now, power or strength, 130 of 200. Defense or armor, 105 of 200. Agility, 80 of 200. Luck, really low, 20. I guess that's fitting for Life of Crime. Granted, he didn't know that. 25 of 200. So add all that up, and we have 230. I'm sorry, 2 130s is what I meant to say, which is going to be 260 plus 80 is 340. 340 out of 800, and tell me, what did Scratch's stat card add up to be? The same thing?
Yeah, 800.
Yeah, 340 out of 800. So, same stats for both of these two Newlanders. Now, since Fryno is out of his packaging, tell me what you think of this figure that you can kind of see it up close and personal now.
I like it, but I still think Scratch looks cool.
I have to say, obviously I'd always picked up, he kind of had like the big, knuckles coming at you, figured he'd be a punching character. Being a rhinoceros, the classic video game move that we see with Rambi and Donkey Kong is what? What do rhinoceroses do? They put their head down and...
Charge!
Exactly. So that's pretty obvious with his horn. It's actually really nice detail on that horn. This is one of the times it actually does look like fire. I know it's probably a bad example. So many people like the guy, but if you look at Hot Dog, I get the impression that he would be hot. But if I look at the coloring, like the brightness of the colors, it just, to me, Fryno fits in a little bit better. You want to pick that up?
Well, you knocked one over, too.
Oh, no, I threw that.
Oh.
There's a difference. Anyway, what I'm getting at, though, aside from being visually impressive, I had never been able to see the detail here. It's actually really cool, knowing now that he's from a biker gang. Obviously, he's kind of got his attire on. I'm assuming that would be like a leather jacket and Skylanders plastic form.
Not a biker gang. Biker gang. A biker gang.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought
Blazing
you said
Biker
gang.
Brigade. Something I would have liked to have seen right here on the little belt buckle. Would have been cool if they incorporated the Fire Element logo. Granted, I realize that's a little bit small, but if it wasn't there, would have been neat if it was like maybe back on the chest or something. Now, what we have right here, if you're thinking, man, why does he have eyes on the top of his head? What am I looking at?
Yeah.
Those are throwback biker goggles. Back before, well, not many people wear helmets anymore, but before the helmets had shades, they were just like an open face helmet. You actually had these really cool, they're actually, you sell for a lot of money now. Kind of like vintage collectors and whatnot, but they just had goggles you would put on. So that's what that is, kind of the old school throwback look. He actually kind of is reminiscent of like a Harley. You got like the black and then the bright orange, yellow, red color. Fire Element base there, very cool. Of course, swappers are all going to, not swappers, but Swap Force, all going to have the blue base here. Fire Element, if you did not know, is on the bottom. Why don't you go ahead and tell them what his in-game stats are?
Maximum health is 300. Speed is 43. Armor is 6. Critical hit is 4. Elemental power is 25. Or I could say mental power.
Also, note right there, the way it fades from the black to the red to the orange to the yellow, subtle on some of those color changes. That's what makes it so good. Ears almost give the impression of fire. I like the detail in the mouth. The teeth are pretty impressive. Of course, he's got his hooves down here in the fire. He is joined by Fire Element Newlander. Again, if you take that link at the top, I'll have pictures of everyone. But this right here is his Newlander counterpart, Smolder Dash. If you think, wait, that doesn't look like the Smolder Dash, I know. That's because you're probably thinking of Light Core Smolder Dash. So that kind of covers both Smolder Dashes. Of course, Fire Element Swappers. Can you tell everybody who those guys are?
Blast Zone and...
It's the dragon that hops on a tail. Sounds like Firecracker.
Firecracker.
Correct. So those are technically your new characters, and everything else is, you know, Series 2, Series 3. But I have to say, seeing him out of the packaging, I actually like him better than I thought I would. This is a very visually pleasing character, I'll give him that. If we get some time tonight, we're going to unbox Firebone Hot Dog and Turbo Jetpack. But if we get some time, we may go head-to-head Scratch and Fryno box stock, see how those two stack up in-game. But overall, I actually really like the guy. I was really looking forward to seeing him. I am not disappointed. I'm actually more happy than I thought I would be. He's a character. His upgrade, I think it's like Hot Shop, you know, obviously like a spin on a performance shop or something, but it's almost like you saw with Hothead, where he kind of transitioned. I'm kind of more interested in his brawler path. That said, since he is a Newlander, I do hope to eventually pick up another one. That way I can showcase both paths for you. And again, just like with Scratch, that will be coming sooner than you think. Now, up next, you want to do Firebone or Turbo?
Turbo.
Alright, we'll do Turbo Jetpack next, then Firebone Hot Dog. That way, if you're a Fire Element fan, you'll have to sit through another video on the playlist and press skip. So
on a playlist?
Yeah. We'll put the character unboxings on a playlist. Anyway.
Oh, I thought you meant they were going to be on their own separate playlist.
Oh, no,
like
no,
these
no.
were videos.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
But Chase McCain is hidden quite well. My nephew picked that place out as well. I kind of helped get him set up. If you spot Chase, feel free to post up. Make sure you check out my nephew's channel, which is
The Walkthrough King.
You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Make sure you're subscribed to both channels. I've been trying to land these guys since I got word of them. Didn't know when it was going to happen. Tried really hard Thursday night with no luck, and then be danged, we had some epic intense hunt at Walmart. Managed to get all four. So from time to time that stuff happens, and as a subscriber you will be notified of the new videos. So that's your perk there. That said, make sure to subscribe to my nephew as well. We do some cool stuff there. I just pulled out something really sticky from my pocket that I don't know what it is. So on that note, we're going to end this, but as Fryno would say,
Crash and
burn.